Good morning, Hiba.
Good morning, Taroub. How are you today?
I'm good.
Doing okay?
Still suffering from a little cold.
Yeah, of course. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice.
Some sinuses.
You're up
Change
to
of weather.
having our discussion today.
Yeah,
if you're
sure.
still feeling under the weather,
No,
you'll
good.
be okay.
I'm good.
So hi, everyone.
Good morning.
You have Hiba and
Taroub.
And we're here to talk to you about many things, actually. We don't even know where to get started. Where should we get started today?
See, Hiba, I think I'm getting lots and lots of questions from people who are actually interested in buying real estate in Dubai, but they are not sure where, how, now, later. So maybe we can give them some tips.
Honestly, I think that's a great idea because it seems that we're both getting similar type of questions. As you guys know, real estate is pretty much the hottest topic in Dubai. So there's always people asking about buying tips, selling tips. And I think it would be great for us to start addressing these two topics. What do you think?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, so focusing on buying. I think for me, I always honestly tend to say, you need to figure out as a buyer what is your DNA. And when I say DNA, I don't mean your genetic makeup in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
What I mean is your desire, your need, and ability. And of course, when I say ability, I'm talking about your financial ability, your budget. I don't want to start with that. I don't want to start talking about money. Let's start with desire, right? And I think one of the main considerations you need to look at is why are you buying that home? Are you buying it because you are an investor, or are you buying it because you want to live in it? What do you think?
I think that's exactly where you have to start. I would like to add one thing. Real estate should be viewed as a long-term investment. This is one of the most important ideas or bases that you should start your investment in, whether it is your home or whether it is an investment property that will generate your income. You should always think of it not with the mentality of a hit and run, but with the mentality of somebody who's going to stay there, and that is where you will benefit either financially or else, otherwise.
Absolutely. I tend to agree with you 100%. This is one of the most important factors that you need to consider in terms of investing in real estate. It is long-term. There are people that are in it for the short term, but then they have different considerations that they need to look at.
Of course.
I tend to think about one of the main things as a buyer. If I should start thinking about buying real estate in Dubai today, I think one of the main things I need to decide would be, do I want to buy a property off plan, or do I want to buy a ready property? And I think this is, kind of like one of the most primitive first grounds kind of decisions you need to make, just because there's a lot of options out there, right? I mean, maybe once upon a time Dubai was focused on one kind of offerings being available to the public, which was mostly, to be honest with you, pretty much if you needed to buy real estate in Dubai once upon a time, it was always off plan, it was always under construction.
It was a new market, it was a new
Absolutely. Today you have a range of ready and off-plan properties. So I think the first thing that you need to think about is, do I want to buy off-plan or ready? And again, that goes hand in hand with your decision in terms of how quickly do you want to move into your property. Again, if you are an end user. If you want to move immediately, then of course it goes without saying that it has to be a ready property. Whereas if you do have time to wait for an off-plan project to be delivered, where you can actually customize that property to what you like, then maybe off-plan would be your better option.
Another issue with this decision has a lot to do with the budget, Hiba, I think.
Absolutely.
Because if you are buying off-plan, it means you still have, and you want to actually live in the property, then you will have to be paying. First of all, on one side, off-plan is easier because you are doing it in installments, but on the other hand, you will still need to pay for the house or the property that you are occupying. So you will have double, to pay double for a rental or mortgage or whatever. So So that is a very important
consideration,
aspect, yes,
absolutely, that you need
So
to
there's
look
a
at.
lot,
And
yes.
this is why, again, this whole discussion, we kickstarted that discussion simply because, like you said, it is an exciting time for you to be buying a property, but it can be
Definitely.
also very challenging.
Definitely.
It can cause anxiety, it can cause fights between decision makers. And when I say
The
decision
family,
makers,
yes.
typical husband-wife situation. So yeah, I mean, again, I can tell you today, many considerations to look into. I don't think one session is going to cut it. So should we continue with that in a different setting?
Continue in a different setting.
All right. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more. Thanks.